hypnosis is suggestion, and I believe that everything in life, from the moment we draw our first breath, suggests to us impressions of the world around us, whether pleasurable or not. And the experiences we have set up certain patterns of reaction and response to various situations we find ourselves in. So if everything in life suggests to us something, then the use of hypnosis for therapy is the application of positive suggestion to affect change in an individual, to allow them to, in effect, reorient their perspective on the things that may have happened to them in their past, so that they no longer have to be dictated to in terms of how they respond to certain things in the present by those things that may have happened to them in the past. Initially, the first sessions that I do with a client would be a lot of waking suggestion. The way the first session would be structured is I would ask a number of questions of the individual to find out what exactly are the problems they've been experiencing, if they're aware consciously of where the original kind of causal factors may have been in their life in the past. Just get a general picture of how best to help that person as an individual. And even though the first session would be a lot of question asking and dialogue, the way I work is there are some hypnotists who work with what's called direct suggestion or authoritative direction, which is basically the therapist would tell the person that they are experiencing a certain thing, or they will see this or feel that, which I don't particularly feel is the best way for me personally. Some people it works for, but for me I prefer an indirect approach where it's the way you speak to the person and using certain other non-verbal vehicles for suggesting positive principles and positive ideas to the person, so that they're not necessarily aware consciously of the way the dialogue that I may be having with the client is being steered. Mm-hmm. So even though the first sessions may be a dialogue with the person, I utilise methods of indirect suggestion to help the person to, there's a lot of question asking, so rather than telling a person they will experience this or feel that or anything like that, I ask the person questions. How would you feel if this or that were to happen? Yeah. How would you feel if suddenly you could shift the way you felt about certain things that may have happened to you? How might that be? And then piggyback off of that and work into more detail on helping them to shift their perspective on the things that may have happened to them, so they no longer dictate to them in the present how